Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy Show with your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. And then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about wholeness. Man, being able to see the whole picture, taking a gestalt, a view that takes in account the whole picture, which involves at times taking the long view, right? Looking at things from a much more removed perspective, so that you're just not concerned about yourself, but concerned about the other people in any type of endeavor that you are engaged in, but also looking at the wholeness of who you are, that your whole, the totality of your being, the physical, the spiritual, the psychological is being serviced, and also those of the folks who you love. So being a community-oriented person, for example. So the wholeness covers quite a bit, so thanks for joining us here. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. My hair's in my classes. Thanks for being here. Let's start. And so, wow, this is, for those of us who are creators, it's such a complicated world when you're a creator. And so, because much of the process involves you doing your work, being excellent, of course. Certainly if you're African American, you've got to be excellent. And then claiming through spiritual practice, business acumen, other types of things, that vision will be embraced, right? And so for us, those who are creators like myself, taking a holistic view is really, really important. Is your work benefiting the whole? Are you offering something to the universe? Are you offering some insight into the human condition? Etc. So I mentioned that because I'm currently going through a series of creative projects, and big stuff happening here. So I've been thinking about that thing, because it can be very stressful and uncomfortable, as you get the work in and you put it out and you're waiting for the responses from the powers that be. But that's a great metaphor for all of us, because the world teaches us to be selfish and just to look out for our own needs. And there are times that people in our lives who are that way. And when they win, when they have success to the detriment of us and other people who are a part of the whole, it can be very discouraging, which I've also experienced a lot lately, which has been such a weird thing for me. But I know that is a pretty common experience. And so I am saying that point one is that we encourage people to still, despite challenges, taking L's at times, to still believe in the power of wholeness, of making decisions, taking actions that can benefit the whole. Part two is preparing to do the work for that attitude, because it's hard to maintain that attitude, frankly, when the people around you are not thinking that way at all. There is a selfish imperative driving their decision making, and you find yourself on the short end of the stick, which is why we do the internal work, the spiritual work, the energetic work, the metaphysical work, that we may do this despite what other people are doing. Because trust me, it's tempting to be like everybody else and do and act in ways that are, not ethical, for example, which goes into point three. In the long run, with hard work, with spiritual practice, with straight out faith, I'm talking about belief, and with excellence, in my experience, in the long run, taking a holistic view, taking a wholeness perspective, having a wholeness mindset, thinking about the impact on the whole, in the long run, that perspective wins out, because there's really just one. At the root of wholeness is oneness, the idea that we are all connected, that there's just one thing that manifests in different forms. And because that is the foundation of the universe, when you are in a wholeness mindset, you are in alignment with the universe. And that sounds pretty like 70s hippie, but that's literally what's happening. And you're in the cycles, basically, of the natural realm. And even though in the short run, I was listening to Reverend Dr. Bernard Beckwith, Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape Spiritual Center. He was talking about chaos theory, which is a great metaphor for it. So up close, it seems like, oh my God, what's happening? There's all this chaos. But as you pull back, you can really gain perspective and see, we see the patterns and things that are happening. And although it may not seem like things are working for your good, when you pull it back and get that perspective, they actually are. So boom, it goes to dynamite. Be about the wholeness, be about the community, be about the people. We thank you, we love you, respect you here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces, I'm out like a light. But my light stays on.